Welcome to The Teach, where we're going to go through how to play Mafia de Cuba. In Mafia de Cuba, we are gangsters trying to make our way through the lives and whims of dealing with a mafia boss. In this game, we win by various different roles. So if we are a mob boss, or if we're a loyal subject or a driver or an FBI agent, our roles will actually change, or our win conditions will change based on the role that we have. I love this game because unlike most other hidden movement and role games, you actually get to choose which role you're going to be, including if you're going to be the mafia boss trying to weed out the criminals within your criminal organization. So let's just jump into this week's Teach on Mafia de Cuba. In Mafia de Cuba, we are taking on the roles of either the mob boss, who is going to have all of their precious gems stored nice and neatly in this box, or you're going to be picking out stealing from the mob boss or taking a character token. You also have these bottles, which basically form a get out of free for the mafia boss if they guess something wrong, which we'll touch on a bit later. So we'll move those over to the side. So in the game of Mafia de Cuba, you will have two main sections. You will have the diamond theft, in which all of these components will be in the box, and the mob boss actually gets to choose and take out 1 to 4 of their diamonds. What will then happen? This box will get passed around to every other player in order, in the circle, going around, and everyone gets to open the box, look at what's inside, and it's actually really nicely, easily displayed for the player, but they will look and get an understanding of what's in the box, because that will come in handy later on, and they will either take some of the diamonds or one of the player rolls. If there are no diamonds left or no player rolls left, they still need to reach in, pretend like they're grabbing something, and put it into their pocket. Otherwise, you can choose a roll and take that, or you can choose diamonds and take that. It's very important to follow through because once we get to the end, everyone will have their chance to open the box, look inside it, and pretend or actually take something and put it in their pocket. This will get all the way back to the mob boss. They will open it up and no doubt be surprised that all of their diamonds are gone. And this goes into the second phase of the game, which is investigation. In investigation, the mob boss will get to ask questions of everyone around the table, who can answer them truthfully, they can lie, they can even choose not to speak at all, although silence, in many cases in the criminal world, is not your best weapon. So make sure you have a good story in mind, and this is where, as we said at the start, players get to choose. Their choices might be limited, but they do get to choose the position they're going to be in when it comes to the investigation. When the boss, the mafia boss, believes that they've found people that have stolen their gems, because that's what you're trying to do. The mafia boss is trying to get all of their gems back because that's their money. That's their gold. They want it back. At any time, the mafia boss can make an accusation, pointing at them, at the player, and saying, "Empty your pockets." If the player empties their pockets and it is a white player, which, if we look at the rules and also conveniently located on the inside of the box, is a loyal henchman. If they win when the Godfather wins, but if the Godfather forces them to empty their pockets, you lose. The Godfather loses the game unless they have a get out of free. So, I'm sorry for accusing you. Here's some wine. Here's some whiskey, just to mellow that out and overcome any of the negatives that I've gone through of accusing you. If, however, they are an FBI agent, being undercover agent for months, take the advantage and discard among family members. They are only waiting for a sign of alert to alert their colleagues. So the agent immediately wins if they are accused. They can't bribe them, you can't get out of free if you accuse the FBI agent and to empty their pockets, they win together or alone. So the accused wins together, but I always like to think that the other FBI agent's going to be happy that they took down. You then have the driver. If they are revealed, their goal is to protect their passenger. Even though they are not always aware of the intentions, the driver wins if the player on their right wins. So for instance, if the driver had an FBI agent on their right, they win if the FBI agent wins. Or if they have a loyal henchman, they win if the Godfather wins. So it's very useful or tricky, intriguing role. They're trying to figure out who's on their right and then try and help them. You then also have the cleaner who performs the dirty work for the family and is very trigger happy. This is an expansion role, and I recommend reading the rules and only including this if you've played the game several times. We're not going to go through it here, but the rules are very clear and nice and easy. There are also expansions for this game that add more roles and some minor changes, but definitely have a look at them yourself. So now we've actually gone through all the roles, let's have a look at how it would play in action. So, setting up the box, you will open it up and using the instructions from the top, take 0 to 5 diamonds and put it into your booty. You'll actually notice, based on the rules, you should have 15 diamonds. And this is important to note. After every single game, make sure everyone empties the pockets and do a quick count of how many diamonds you have left. We've already done the count and we have 15. So I'm going to play the role of multiple people, and we're going to put everything in with the exception of the cleaner. So you're actually putting in however many players you have, and there's a nice little easy diagram within the rules that tells you how many you should put in. So we're going to pretend like we have a 6-player game which has 1 loyal henchman, 1 FBI, and 1 joker. There is also an extra role which is not actually a role you take, and that is the urchin. If at any time the box is empty, you pretend like you're taking something and you win if a thief wins. So if any thief wins by taking enough diamonds, then you actually get. So rather than choosing a role, if you take diamonds, you are a thief. And the street urchin is trying to make sure that the thieves win. So we've set up the box and we are ready to play. So as the Godfather, I would look into my stash and I would take anywhere from 0 to 5 diamonds. So I'm looking and saying, I'm going to take 3 diamonds and I'm putting it into my pouch. Now it's important to note, if you take no diamonds, still pretend to put them into your pouch. As with every other role, you want to make sure that you are pretending to put something in your pocket or pouch so that they don't know exactly what you're doing. This would then be passed on to the first player, who would then open it. They're going to look inside and they can count, they can look and say, oh, okay, well, there's actually 12 diamonds. So they know how many diamonds are in there. They can't talk, they can't say anything. Secretly, they're going to take the loyal henchman token and they're going to put that into their pocket. So we're just going to put that over to the side for the moment. And we'll go around and every player would do the same. This one's going to choose to be a thief. They're going to take 3 diamonds, or let's say 5. So now they put that into their pocket secretly without anyone noticing. The next player is going to come up. They see that there's 7 left. Ooh, that's a pretty high number still. So they're actually going to go and take the remaining diamonds. They really want to win. And it's the thief that has the most diamonds left that when the mafia boss is done with their guesses, that wins. The next player will get it, and there's only rolls left. So they would have to take one of the rolls, and they're going to take the FBI roll. We go through, and as we said before, it's a 6-player game. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the last person. It's important to note that the last player looking at the box has a choice. They can actually become the urchin and win if any other player, any other thief actually wins. So that's what this last player is going to do. They're going to pretend to take something from the box, put it in their pocket, and then they're going to close it and hand it back to the Godfather. I'm the Godfather again. I look at the box, I open it up, and all my diamonds are gone. And this starts the investigation phase where I start pointing, asking questions, and accusing any of the players around the table, empty your pockets. Once again, if I accuse a loyal henchman, I lose one of my safe boxes. So in this game, I would actually not have any because we only have one loyal henchman. So you have as many of the saving graces as the number of henchmen minus 1. So in this game, we'll have no saving graces. So if I ever accuse this player, I would lose, they would lose straight away. And the thieves, whoever has the most amount of diamonds, would win. They'll get the major victory for having the most, and they'll get the minor victory for having the second most. If at any time I accuse a player with diamonds to release, then they will have to empty their pockets, show the diamonds. I get to collect those diamonds and put them back into my pouch. I win, the Godfather and any loyal henchman will win based on getting all of the diamonds back, and we've already gone through all the other win conditions. The urchin will win if a thief wins, the FBI agent will win if they're accused, and the driver will win if the player on their right has won. And that is Mafia de Cuba. Thanks for watching our teach of Mafia de Cuba, a 6 to 12 player game of hidden movement and strategy in which you get to choose the role in which lynches you. Make sure to check out our other videos. We will be playing this live on our stream, so check out our Twitch and our socials down on the left-hand side or right-hand side for you. And also our other videos here, which will actually go through different videos or the playthrough of Mafia de Cuba if we've done that before, or it will go through some other videos that YouTube think you will like. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.